Hey guys, and we're back. This is the fourth video and it will be a short video. We just want to finish up these sort of derivatives of these sugars, okay? All right, so amino sugars contain an amino group instead of a hydroxyl at the C2 position. So this is just like one of the previous things we've talked about, right? Instead of a hydroxyl group. So remember the deox where they took the hydroxyl group and just put a hydrogen? Now this is an amino sugar, so instead of the hydroxyl group, we're going to replace it with amino group, right? Basically, other than that, it is exactly the same as what we've been talking about, all right? So these are found pretty commonly in really big polysaccharides and oligosaccharides. And again, they are a part of cell membranes because this allows for different types of hydrogen bonding than, say, a hydroxyl group would. Okay, so this is found in cell membranes and cell walls. And if we move forward, all right, so this isn't even an amino group. This is a derivative of a derivative, right? This is so instead of a pure amino, one of the hydrogens has been replaced with a methylated sort of carboxylic acid group, okay? So you even have some other derivatives. So what we would call this is neuraminic acid. So this is neuraminic acid. So that could be placed instead of a pure amino group. And we end up with even different sugars. So basically what I'm just trying to show you is there's a lot of sort of things, sort of these transformations that can happen to these sugars in the body besides just the pure sugar. Remember how we talked about these before, the hemiketol and the hemiacetol? All right, and how we made these because we reacted with alcohols, okay? Well, now you can take these new compounds that we got from reactions with alcohols, react them with alcohols again, and you end up forming pure acetal and ketol, okay? And this is an example of a dehydration reaction because you end up releasing water. Right, so this is very similar to the types of reactions that you would get when amino acids link up, right? But basically, take these compounds we were talking about before, react them with an alcohol, and you get their pure forms where there's R groups at both positions of the oxygens, and you form water. Last thing we need to talk about is glycosides, okay? So you've got pyranose and furanose, right? These are the forms of monosaccharides that react with alcohols in the dehydration synthesis, and they form these glycosides, okay? And what a glycoside is again, instead of, so this isn't at the C2 position, this is at the C1 position. So at the C1 position, instead of an OH group, now we have a methyl group instead of the hydrogen, but this would still be alpha because it's pointed down, and this would still be beta because it's pointed up. But notice now we have to say methyl and methyl, right? And you can, so we've already talked about how you can retain the configurations, and there is a new bond between the anomeric carbon and the oxygen atom, okay? And of the alcohol, and this is called the glycosidic bond. So again, just to reiterate, this is the glycosidic bond, this right here between this carbon and this oxygen. This is the glycosidic bond. And again, we'll talk more about this as we move forward in this class. Okay, but that's it. That's it for today's lecture. Now, what should you do at this point? Hopefully you watched all the videos, and if you have any questions about what we've talked about today, please, on the assignments tab of our page, there is a discussion. Go into that discussion and ask your questions. That way we can interact as a class. You can interact with each other and with me at the same time. And I don't have to answer the same question 8 times in 8 different emails, okay? Because I'm getting overwhelmed with emails, as I'm sure that you are as well, okay? And then I will be posting the homework assignment for this chapter soon as well, and I will open up a discussion for the homework. So if you guys have questions or want to discuss the homework, there will be a separate discussion for that. Okay? All right. Well, Stover out. I will see you next lecture.